Uh-oh. I'm finna hit y'all with a light code. It just like it hit me so hard. I was like, I'm going live. I don't typically do this. This is downtime, family time. So I'm on here. And I'm gonna give you all a minute to get in here, because as I was expressing this to Ernest, the pain of what I was expressing to him became apparent. Are y'all ready for this? It's 5 people in here. 5 is the number that represents grace. So we go. Let's go. If you missed some of this, please come back. Y'all, y'all been following us. For some of y'all been with us for a while. But I'm going to tell you the energy that I feel so strongly right now, and I know it is impacting each and every one of us. We always say we want the truth. I want the truth. In a relationship, and your wife or your husband, you think they stepping out on you, and you say, just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. You tell your children, just tell me the truth. What did you do at school today? Why did your teacher get so upset with you? Tell me the truth. We tell the preacher, look, I just want to know the truth. What really happened with Lucifer falling? I don't quite understand that story. Help me understand why it says that they were made in our image. Who is our? I thought God was one. We have all these questions, and we keep saying we want the truth. We want the truth. We say, man, I want to know what's really in this. I don't want to eat this no more because I don't know what's in it. We keep saying we want the truth. But we don't realize the price that you pay for truth. The first price that you pay is your attention. You have to begin paying attention to the things that you usually ignore. The second thing that you have to do to get the truth, you have to be ready to feel the pain of the lies that you have lived in your whole life. This is why people go back to the church. This is why people go back to whatever comforted them. Because it's painful. It's painful to learn that the food pyramid you were taught as a child is causing diabetes and high blood pressure and cancer, and it's making you sick. That hurts. It hurts to know that this is how I have taught my children to eat, and now they are so addicted to the chemicals in the food, I can't even get them off of it. So you looking at them knowing where it's going to lead, knowing that it may possibly lead to sickness, disease, diabetes, heart attack, heart disease, stroke, cancer. Most of all of our children, those of us who are parents, are addicted to sugar. We are addicted to sugar. Sugar causes cancer. It's a whole documentary that breaks down the science of that. We all say we want the truth, but we don't yet have the wisdom to understand the price that we must pay for having that truth. If you really want the truth, when you really want the truth, it will just come to you. You will hear a voice say, Jesus ain't who you think he is. Because we were ready. We were ready to be taken off of the milk. We were ready to eat solid food, solid spiritual food. We were hungry for enlightenment. My husband and I found each other as twin flames and soulmates because we were ready for change. We were ready for transformation. We were tired of the lies. And until you get tired of the lies, you will not find the truth about you, who you are, your life, who God is, who the devil is. What does it all really mean? What you should and should not be eating, what you should and should not be watching. The truth is, the church did not teach us the truth. Yes, there are bits and pieces of truth in everything, but this is why we are leaving religion in droves. But the downside of this is now you got a lot of people standing in the middle of the road saying, what now? What do I do now? How do I assimilate myself to exist in this world? Because the 3D activities, going to work, going to school, the stuff that we all have to do, paying bills, that stuff pulls me away. It separates me from my spiritual self. And so when I'm separated from my spiritual self, I'm being separated from my Godhood. I have an answer for you. When you come out of doing your 3D matrix activity, find something to do that stimulates your third eye, that stimulates your heart chakra. Whether it's a meditation, whether it's yoga, you may want to do an ayahuasca ceremony. I don't know, but do something that's not a 3D matrix requirement to exist in this world so that you can continue to grow and be enlightened. This is the answer, people. If we do not get this, we will suffer. We will suffer in ways that we do not have to. In the Bible, the existence of God was heaven. But the division from God is hell. Let me tell you what that really means. The hidden meaning of that is that when you learn to integrate yourself, your lower self, your higher self, when you learn that your own demons are not there to harm you, but to point out to you the things that's in the darkness about you that you need to improve upon. As you learn these things, what happens is you step into a Godhood. Stepping into Godhood means accountability. It means that I am accountable for every idle word, action, and thought that comes from my mouth, and I am accountable for what that produces in this world. That is what it means to be a God. It's not some arrogant, prideful thing to walk around saying, I am God. It just means that you learn and understand that I am responsible. I am accountable for everything in my life. For everything in other people's lives that I planted seeds to give birth to, I am accountable. So once you understand that, once you learn how to exist within who you are, you can experience heaven on earth because you are no longer separated from your Godhood. So yes, some things that you learn you are accountable for, it hurts. But you still have the access to experiencing higher frequency vibrations of love, compassion, peace. Because you have fully accepted the fact that your soul incarnated into a body for a purpose. You are on a mission. And when you are finally on board, that is heaven on earth. But when you are separated from yourself, when you are divided from yourself, when you don't know who you are, you don't have any boundaries. You just let people come into your life and leave and take and leave and go and leave and do whatever because we've been programmed through religion, the way we were raised. Be nice, be kind to people, turn the other cheek. And doing those things make you miserable because you are not honoring yourself. You are not honoring your own needs. You are not honoring your own feelings. And so when we get into doing things like this, you are separating yourself from your Godhood, which is the definition of hell. It is the separation from God. So heaven and hell isn't so much so a destination, but it is an existence. It is a vibration in which we exist. So for those of you who have stuck with us, thank you. Thank you. We're going hard with this. I committed myself. I said, you know what? I'm going to do this video. I get these downloads and I hold back. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to share this with them. I'm not going to, my channel not really that big and people really don't listen and fuck that. If y'all listen to me right now, y'all ready for this. If y'all listen to me right now, y'all fed up with the lies. So when I'm given something, it is my responsibility and my Godhood to give you all what is being given to me that is helping me. Y'all, we are all in a soul rehab because we have been fragmented and we are being pulled back together on a collective level because so many of us want the truth. Now we're being pulled back together. So we are finding each other. We are finding our soul family. That's deeper than blood. That's deeper than blood. That goes all the way back to all of your incarnations. There are people who their souls just exist within the same vibration as you do. We are finding our tribes, our soul family, people who are just as strange and peculiar and weird as we are to the masses. But if you want to keep growing, you have to please listen to this, because there is suffering that is unnecessary if you do not honor your God self that is awakening. Honor her, honor him. We are all extensions of Source. We are all the creator in pieces sent here as one on a collective level to create the world the way it should be, the way it was. And you can only do that by continuing to acclimate yourself to say, you know what? I said I wanted the truth. And if that truth comes at the price of feeling pain today from finding out something that I've been lied to about, whether it's from a spouse, a family member, even me lying to my own self, I'm okay with that. Because I don't want to live in an illusion anymore that's not serving me. I want to learn to be true. And I accept the pain that I may have to feel to do that. And trust the universe. After you do that, trust the universe. The universe will not let you down. The 12 laws of the universe are here to help us, not to destroy us. So plant the seeds of the harvest that you desire. And if you truly desire truth, you plant those seeds of truth within yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I was an asshole yesterday. All day yesterday, I was an asshole. I had a chip on my shoulder all day yesterday, and I snapped at this person and that person, and I did my kids like this. That's not right. You know what? Let me make it right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had a chip on my shoulder yesterday. You had done nothing to me. This is being a God. Because you don't need a pastor or someone else to stand over you and correct you, because you learn to correct yourself. And as you get better at it, you will learn to catch yourself in the moment and say, wait a minute, that's not straight. That's not cool right there. Hold up. Let me correct myself. And as you practice this, you'll get to the point where before you even do it, you'll get a glimpse of the terrible thing that you were about to say or do, and you'll choose something different. That's being a God. That is understanding that you have the power of choice. So the illusion is that we don't have the power of choice. The illusion we're being fed is you can't change anything. We always hear people say, well, the powers that be this and the powers that be that. You can't change anything. Says who? Says who? Unless you know quantum physics in and out, you have no idea how your decisions and how you carry yourself is impacting the whole world. And not even just the world that you can see, but the world that you cannot see. This is true enlightenment. It reminds me of the movie line. He's like, you can't handle the truth. And family, the truth is, a lot of the people that we love, we can't really talk to about certain things because they can't handle the truth. I like that comedian Angel Crowley. Yeah, yeah. See, we are the powers that be. So have compassion, because when you first start on this journey, you're angry and you're frustrated. Have compassion on people who are still on milk. They're that way because there's trauma and pain in which they don't know how to handle, and they stuck their toe in the sea of the truth, and it was too hot for them. They couldn't take it. That's not a reason to hate them. That's not a reason to be angry with them. That is a reason to be compassionate to them. Because a lot of us have a very childlike consciousness that just cannot handle much. There are some things that we don't tell our children because we know it may just be too much for them. They don't have the tools yet to be able to deal with certain things. And so this is where discernment come in and using wisdom. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, as we ground ourselves in the truth that we're standing in, and we don't have all the answers, but as we are figuring it out day by day, little by little, these same people will begin to be drawn to us. So be encouraged if you happen to not have a spouse who you can talk to or a friend, and you're feeling like a lone wolf right now. Be encouraged. It will not be that way forever. But you got to go in the furnace by yourself. And if you in the furnace trying to endure the heat of that furnace, the heat of truth, you're not in a place right now to pull someone else up and in, because all of your strength is being used for you to stay within that energy field of truth. And the energy field of truth produces limitless possibilities. That's why it hurts, because you're expanding, you're being expanded. And on a collective level, as this is happening, we do have help. We do have a lot of help in the unseen realm, whether you want to call that a god, a goddess, or energy, or a demon, or a daemon, or you may just want to call that a vibration, right? We have a lot of help. You might want to call it an angel, a spirit guide, a spirit animal, your ancestors. We do have help in the unseen realm. This is why our organs are changing. This is why our heart used to be to the left and now it's in the center and it looks bigger. This is why our liver used to be a lot smaller, really just a little bigger than our kidneys. And all of a sudden our liver takes up most of our body from the right rib to the left rib. You know, our body is changing because we're receiving these upgrades as the consciousness of humanity is upgrading. And so our body is changing to be able to acclimate us existing in these higher vibrations. And so when you first enter higher vibrations, it is uncomfortable and it is painful and it is lonely. But as other people and as we all do the work that we're supposed to do day by day, we will all on a collective level be able to continue to help each other. The new heaven and earth is being constructed with people like us, the people who most people don't understand, the people who aren't popular anymore, you know? And even our chakras are changing. The energy centers within the body have to be upgraded so that we can fully go into this age of Aquarius. And you know, the Isley Brothers, they sung about the age of Aquarius, Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's so many groups. And this is a great example. It wasn't popular necessarily for someone in the Black community who was raised in church to talk about those things or to sing about sexual healing. And these things wasn't popular, but they were breaking the mold, right? And so are you breaking the mold? Breaking the mold is uncomfortable, but it has great benefits. We are still benefiting today off the things that those artists did. So what they did way back then was to help us today. I recommend going back and listening to some of their music and some of the old funk music and music on love and just tapping into that energy to help you as we're going through these shifts, okay? Now back to the chakras. I do chakra meditations. I try to do them at least a couple of times a week. If something happens and I feel like my energy is all off and I'm not grounded, or if I'm sicker than I usually am, because I'm always dealing with some type of sickness, and that's just part of my process here in this body on earth to deliver to you all what I'm supposed to give to you. Sickness is just part of my process, and I'm okay with that. It's tough, but I'm okay with it, because releasing resistance is always going to be key to have heaven on earth. So I'll do the chakra meditation. And then I had this thought, and I was like, wait a minute, the body is changing. We're not going to be fully carbon-based. We're becoming crystalline-based. The body is changing. The body is changing. Well, the chakras are changing. Why am I doing these old chakra meditations? Now, it's okay to do them if you're just now starting. You got to start somewhere. However, I am aware now that we are having new energy centers being placed inside of us. So the number of chakras that we thought we had is about to change. Now, I haven't heard anybody else on any other channel talk about this. This is just channeling. And see, when I used to be in church, I used to say things like, he'll give me the words to say. He's speaking through me. So I was channeling then. I was just giving the credit to y'all the broth. But now that I've released feeling like I have to make my family happy, my old friends happy, that I have to be my old self, that I have to believe what they believe. Now I can be a better vessel for you all as well. So that's what this is all about. This is about becoming your highest self, the best version of yourself. And you are able to better give to the world once you do that. So now that these new energy centers are coming within us, what's going to happen? These are the portals. These are new portals, new energy centers that we can access. The other side of this is that there are entities who are not here to help us, and they would like to use us as well, and they do it all day, every day. And so practicing mindfulness throughout the day. Meditation is an activity where you separate yourself from your five senses to go within, but being mindful is where you just aware throughout your day. You're conscious throughout your day, how you're behaving, the things that you're thinking, what you're saying, and what impact comes from that. And so through mindfulness, you're better able to be in control of your kingdom, the kingdom within you. So you choose whether or not you're creating heaven on earth or hell. And literally, some people just bring hell. I know some people who I love dearly, and all they create is hell everywhere they go. Well, if I'm trying to create heaven on earth, I can't coexist with them anymore. And that's okay. I'm not angry with them. That's just where they are. I don't know what purpose them serving hell to earth has. It may have a benefit, but it's no judgment. So get it in a place of no judgment of self, no judgment of others, but discern. Use discernment. Don't judge, just use discernment to remain aware of your surroundings and you and how it's impacting you. We each are creating a reality for ourselves. And so with that being said, with the energy now, because a lot of us have been doing this soul work, you may not be as committed as you would like to be. You may have times where you feel like I'm not going as hard as I should. You may have some days when you fall back into some 3D activities and you gorge your face on a whole pint of ice cream and watch a bunch of bullshit. That's okay. We ain't got to be perfect. We ain't going to get it right every single day all the time. But understand and know that you are always creating something. So the goal is to be a conscious creator and to remove ourselves from being subconscious creators, not fully understanding what it is that we're creating. So the abyss that is spoken of in the book of Revelations, and I did put the S on the end because the book of Revelations was always the book of Revelations, but it has been edited and it is now the book of Revelation. It's not plural anymore. It's a lot of Bible changes, but all of these changes are happening because of the consciousness of humanity is changing. And so we're shifting things around us. Matter is just a lower frequency of the unseen realm manifesting itself. That's all matter is. So matter can shift. That's why we can heal our bodies. That's why, even though that may be a part of my purpose, I'm still working on healing my body. And so with that being said, the abyss that's spoken of in the book of Revelations, that's you. That's us. That is our consciousness, which was in utter and complete murky darkness with no ability to see the truth. We're coming out of that. The abyss is opening. The beast, the so-called beasts are rising. The beast is synonymous of being of animal origin. And that's what we were like. We were like animals. We were like sleeping people, the walking dead. We were like animals. And now that humanity is awakening, this is the beast, the animals of the wild. And we are awakening to see we're more than that. We're more than our five senses. Animals, they eat, sleep, shit, screw, have babies, hunt, do it again. That's what we've been doing. Now we're learning all these other things and we're coming out of that. So we are the beast that's rising out of the abyss. But they made it seem like it was a demonic, evil, bad, just harmful thing because the people who are in control don't want us to have this awakening. And so once you realize that those things are you, and as your chakras and your body and your mind all starts to change and you begin to rise up out of the sea of confusion and out of the abyss of the lies, as you begin to rise up out of that, you are stepping into your Godhood, and now you can be a conscious creator of heaven on earth. We ain't got to wait till we die. We can have heaven right here, right now. And that's not based on how many material things that you have. It is based on having what you need to be who you need to be. If we can just be happy with that, if we can be happy with, you know what, I don't have to have everything. But if I could just have with me and my children, my loved ones, what we need so that we can be everything that we need to be in this world, I'm happy with that. Once you get to that place, then the overflow will begin to come in your life. And you won't even be able to explain to people how you maintain all that you maintain. I know people around me who don't know this side of me. To know this side of me, you have to be on this vibration. Otherwise, it's just going to seem weird. You're not going to want to hang around me. So I still have people that I interact with sometimes that's like that. And they're looking at me like, how is she doing all of this? Like, we know she be sick and she be having surgeries and this, that, and the other. But she always seems to have everything that she needs. And not only that, but she's able to give to other people and even give to us. And we have better jobs, probably make more money, are healthier. What is she doing? And sometimes you just leave it there. We need to let people have their questions. We don't have to answer their questions. We don't have to live according to their expectations. We don't have to explain ourselves. Just be and live and exist and continue to figure out who you are and as authentic as you can and let the rest go where it may. Otherwise, it's like being in the ocean and you're trying to control every single tide and wave that comes through there. You cannot. You will drown and die. So learning how to be in the ebb and flow of life and just let it go where it carries you and say, okay, I've drifted all the way over here. I don't know where I am. But let me find what's around me that I can use to consciously create something that's beneficial. And you may find that you've drifted all the way off the beach to a small island, and it might be a banana tree right there, and you can pick a few bananas and eat it and get nourishment, have enough energy to go back to where you needed to be. And now you have a tool you didn't have at first. You have some nourishment. And that's how life is. Life drifts you in places you don't want to be. It don't feel good. It's uncomfortable. You're tired. You wore out. And that's when you have to stop and be mindful and say, okay, what is it in this present moment that is here to be of benefit? Just ask the question. The law of correspondence will bring the answer. The law of attraction will bring the answer. Present the question. We are where we are right now, my husband and I, outside of religion, because we began to present questions. And guess what? We were ready to accept the pain of the truth. A lie is an opioid. In this reality, a lie is a narcotic. A lie is like opium, and it makes you feel good. The ignorance is blissful, but it's harmful. And because I deal with a lot of pain within my physical and emotional body, in which I'm working through, I really understand the pain of truth and its benefit. Because a lot of the pain that I experience has been for my great benefit. This channel wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for my pain. This channel began with just me talking about having sickle cell. I didn't even realize the spiritual implications. So don't despise the pain in your life. Don't despise the demons in your life. The demons within you, it's not there for you to despise it. Hate is hate. Hate is a low vibration. So by saying, oh, I hate this. I hate my wife right now. I hate. Okay, you feel that way, but then step back and say, but I don't want to be in a vibration of hate. I want to be in a vibration of love. And I'm not really feeling it right now in my emotional body. So let me just be still and not speak on it until that tide passes. This is you learning how to be in the ebb and flow of life. And we're not called to many. Those of you who are participating in this journey with us, we're not called to many. We're called to the few. You know, we're walking on a path that's really ain't even been paved yet. So sometimes you got to pull your machete out and be like, ain't nobody else went through these woods this way? Oh, okay, well, I'm going to create a path. And know that what you're experiencing in your own life is creating a path where other people can walk through with ease because you've cleared it out. That's where we are. And for me, for Ernest, he's going through his own abyss and his own ascension symptoms, and he's dealing with it in his own way, and that's okay. We're not going to always do it the same way. So you don't see him as much sometimes, but that's why. But I just happen to be this wide open channel, and he's getting a lot of nourishment, a lot of light codes and downloads, and he's processing them. And this man is going to bring some beautiful things to you all. I'm so excited to see this happening with him. And 1000%, I know without a shadow of a doubt that many of us who are single or in relationships with people who are karmic partners and not our soulmate twin flame, our mirror sent here to help us see our own soul and grow and be better and evolve. We desire that, and if you desire that, keep harnessing your vibration. Keep adjusting your vibration. And all the things that I've shared with you today, and the universe got your 6. Allah, the arm, the leg, the whole body. The universe got your 6. The universe got your back. And learning how to be in the ebb and flow, step into the laws of rhythm and correspondence and attraction, and let it work for you. It takes a lot less effort. If you work on you, your life will present to you the things that you are ready for. So try not to stress yourself out, because there's so many spiritual awakenings and teachings and channels to listen to, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes it's good to cut everything off and just only listen to what comes to you and what resonates, so that you don't get overwhelmed with so much information. I think that's it. I feel like I've released what I had to say, but I want to encourage you, if you are experiencing the pain of lies, if a trip to the grocery store is not enjoyable because so many things you have to not eat, can't have, or tell your kids you can't have that anymore. Just that's one simple thing alone that it hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's frustrating. You can't get in the car anymore, and you're in a rush. You got a lot to do. You need to eat, but all of the fast food is programmed food with programmable matter to keep you in low vibration, to keep you from having a higher level of consciousness, and to cause sickness and disease. You can't eat it. It's frustrating. It's like, man, I used to just stop anywhere and grab me something to eat real quick and keep it moving. So now, guess what? You got to take the time and make you a tuna fish sandwich the night before. Make you some overnight oatmeal the night before. Make you a salad or some soup. Put it in a mason jar and take it with you the night before. You got to start keeping fruit in the car. You know what I'm saying? Keeping water in the car. So you don't have to be tempted to eat those things because you have nothing else to eat. See, that's forcing you to love yourself. Because self-love will make you get up and fix you something to eat for the next day and meal prep, because you love yourself so much you don't want to mistreat your temple. You don't want to mistreat the consciousness that you are receiving, the higher level of awakening. And so all of these things that frustrate us are actually the things that we need to rewire our brain to love self. So be encouraged. I don't know if you all been talking here. I just was streaming. I'm gonna look at the messages and see what's going on with y'all before I get off here. Some shouts out. That's y'all family. So that's what's up. Let's see. I can't go all the way back with Peace T. Thomas. Are you ready for the truth? How you feel now that you done got a good 30 minutes of a big dose of it? Marvin Hayes. Hey, Marvin Hayes, my awakened king. Peace, Anthony. Peace unto you. I just love Anthony. He just kind of exists and do his thing in the world. And it's like, I'm just doing me right now. Real easygoing guy. Yeah, I don't have to know you to know you. I know you. I know I got that right, didn't I? What's up, Flex? Hate working 9 to 5, right? Flex. Look, my husband is feeling the burn of it. I understand. He come home and he just, but that's why I said, stimulate your third eye. I'm not trying to be freaky here, but I can be freaky at times, and y'all should know me well enough by now to know some things come out my mouth you ain't ready for. I feel like a little Bobby Hemmett sometimes, but I just want to say, with a woman and you rub her breast and it takes her to a place of deep decompression and relieving stress, just touching the body. And this is what we have to learn to do to our third eye and to our heart chakra. A lot of us have learned to caress the physical body to bring bliss and to decompress and to release stress. But now we're learning to go within and caress our heart chakra, caress our solar plexus and our sacral, and just caress those energy centers within us, and let our body know, thank you for carrying me through this 9 to 5. And I really do hate it, but you know what? I could be living in a country where I gotta dig for minerals that Apple purchases to put in cell phones, and I gotta dig through garbage all day. And a lot of our people over in Africa right now are going through that, and I posted something about that. And so when you feel that way about the 9 to 5, just adjust your perception of your 9 to 5 and say, you know what, I really do hate this, but I'm grateful that I at least have this. I at least have a way to get currency, to get the things that I need. And even though I don't feel like it's enough sometimes, I'm grateful for this. And I'm thankful that I'm not having to risk my life and have my children out in mining fields, searching for little bitty pieces of rare minerals all day. Still ain't got enough to eat. Still suffering malnutrition. Children die in these mines. But I can just go and clock in and probably work in a building that has air. Find whatever you can find in your situation to give you a vibration of gratefulness, and that will help you endure. But a time is coming, because of the grand rising that's happening. Our jobs and stuff is not going to have the hold on us that it has right now. That's temporary. So be encouraged and know that it's temporary. We're going to come out of that. So, okay, 9 to Friday. Yeah, just notice blue piece. Anthony, you just so, man, your eyes just open, brother. Victory. Mad truth. Yes. Yes. Comedian Angel Crowley. One day I'm going to ask you what's up with that name. I think I asked you before, but it's just super interesting. Hobo Snail. Hey, Hobo Snail. I like that. You're taking it slow, huh? William Jean. This is a new name here. This girl that is speaking is not God. Blasphemy in this reality, you are not God. This life is like a game, and in this game, you don't get to play God. Accept Christ into your life and repent of your sins. Thank you, William, for that. I've done that for over 30 years of my life, but thank you for that. If that works for you and that resonates with you, then we support you in that. Go for it and go hard for it. But for some of us, that is not serving us anymore. And so we know that true unconditional love, which is what Christianity teaches, means that you're able to hear someone that you disagree with and still love them. So thank you, brother. Love to you. Oh, thank you for my tireless service. I'm telling you, y'all, I don't be on here as much, but trust me, when I'm not on here, I'm constantly studying and learning and teaching and practicing and experimenting. Like, we can have fun with this, y'all. Have fun with your awakened consciousness and experiment. Just do little experiments. Just walk in the grocery store, and so I'm just going to walk in the grocery store with the biggest smile on my face, and I'm going to hold this smile the whole time I'm in here. Just do some experiments and see what happens. It's consciousness and awakening doesn't always have to be painful. It can be very blissful as well. So experiment with your new powers. These are new powers. We're becoming superheroes. This is why Marvel is such a big deal, and they putting out movies every 30 days now, because that's what's happening to humanity. We are awakening to our own superhero within each of us. Thank you, Hobo Snail, for praying for me. Let's see, is anybody in here I didn't give a shout out to? Grounding and sun gazing help the tongue. Yes, it does. We went and did that yesterday with the whole family. So yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Our love is exceedingly more potent than our anger and frustration. Although anger from the root produces a quicker, shorter, lasting result, effect from whomever is trying to leech our energy. Yes, Anthony, it is. You know, Anthony, somebody that's really been speaking to me and helping me level up, David Hawkins. We share some of his stuff on our community section on this page. Go check his stuff out if y'all hadn't heard of him. This man he's phenomenal in opening your mind to perceive things in new ways. For sure. Let's see. The outpouring of the spirit of the age of Aquarius. Ain't it beautiful? What is that song by the Isley Brothers, baby, where he's singing about Aquarius? What's the name of it? Is that one? There's no place I'd rather be than with you. Is it that one? Know that I'm living for the love of you. Is it that one? We gotta figure out which song that is, y'all. See, they was on something, boy. And we was just dancing and singing. We had no idea what was going on, and we were being given gifts to help us now. And it's just so awesome to even be aware of that. It's not about our situation, but the glory of the highest. That's right. Move mountains, my sister. I'm working on it. We moving mountains together, you know. Flex watching, I'm passing through a dark night of the soul. This is very helpful. Oh, that's so good, Flex. See, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Even Christ, before Christ, not Jesus, Christ, because that's a consciousness, that's a teaching and vibration. Even Christ, before he could go into heaven, he had to first descend into hell. And so when we descend into the dark night of the soul, when we have days where it's depression, anger, frustration, just every low vibration feeling comes through, when you have that dark night of the soul, when you learn something about yourself that is really ugly and you like, man, I really hate this about me. I really can't stand that I do this. That's when you have to stop and say, you know what? No, I don't hate this about me. I love me, and I love that I am being presented with an opportunity to heal myself of whatever it is. Changing your perception. And because you don't want to get to a place where you fear going into the dark night of your soul, because that's where all your answers lie. The answers don't lie. Think about every movie where they went on a quest for treasure. It was always in the trenches, in caves, in woods. And think of Indiana and the Tomb Raider and all of that. They had to go through some shit to get to that treasure. All of those movies were about the kingdoms within us. So don't be afraid to go into them dark moments. I have had days where I had to sit in levels of grief that usually would have made me feel suicidal. And just for the fact that I know that I have dealt with being suicidal in the past, it made me afraid to feel that feeling because I didn't want that feeling to take me back to that place. So I would avoid being in that place. And that wasn't the answer. The answer was sitting in that place, sitting in that grief, just sitting in it. And I feel horrible right now, and I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm just going to sit in it. I'm going to sit in it until whatever it is that I need to get from this, I get from it. And I just sit in it. And it might be 4 hours. I'm looking at the clock like, man, how much longer I'm going to be feeling this way? And then I'll have the thought, well, you're a creator, so you just need to change your vibration right now. And it don't work that way. Sometimes you just need to sit in whatever it is you are experiencing until the message that you're supposed to get comes to you. Once that happens, sorry, y'all. Between my cat and my children, y'all know what it is. Our house is pretty much always live, even when we're on live. But sit in the emotion of that. Just sit in it. And one thing that helps while you're sitting in it, because when you see the hours passing by, it can make you feel like you're wasting time. It can make you feel like you should be focused on something else, and you're supposed to be awakened, and your third eye's supposed to be open, but you got all these low vibrational frequencies that you're sitting in, and it can make you feel like a little less than. You know what I'm saying? It could kind of start trying to chip at your self-image. And so just take your pen and paper out and just start writing down how you feel. Just write it down. Just, man, I feel like right now I feel worthless. Right now I feel lost. Right now I feel like nobody understands me and I'm lonely. And I'm tired of being lonely. Whatever it is, just write it down. Because you have to give birth to those feelings. Stop that. Don't do that. You have to give birth to those feelings. You have to allow those feelings to manifest themselves into the physical realm outside of you. So then it's tangible, and the more tangible those feelings become, the more answers you can receive because you made it tangible. You presented the question, you processed it, you wrote it down, and just sit in it. And I'm telling you, we gave the shadow work activity to y'all like what, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and we've been doing it every day, and it has really been helping us. I don't know if you all noticed, but we are definitely growing. But once you write it down, then ask your higher self. Higher self, I really don't know how to deal with this. In the past, I would have went and got something to drink, maybe hit somebody up, you know what I'm saying, and had sex with an ex. In the past, I would have fired up a blunt. I would have went to the club. I would have distracted myself, went to the movie, something. But I don't want to keep doing that, because doing the same thing not going to give me a different outcome. And I want to be the best version of myself. Higher self, help me with this one. I'm not even sure if I can hear you, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Help me with this one. What's the solution to the problem that I just wrote down on this piece of paper? And just put your pen to the paper and just start writing. And you may start off writing with, I have no fucking clue what the answer is to this problem. And I promise you, all of a sudden, a very silent voice will begin to be a little louder, and you will hear an answer. And it may be something as simple as, it's okay to feel the way you feel. It's okay. It's not going to stop your consciousness from increasing. This moment is not going to stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. If that is the only thing that you hear, that's your answer right there. It's to be encouraged that this moment is not erasing all of the work that you've done. So I hope some of this stuff is helping somebody. And I'm not going to hold y'all for too long. I could be on here for forever. Let me scroll through these and make sure that I'm acknowledging everybody that's in here with us. I think that I did. I do stand up. I dislike that people separate Christ from consciousness. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, they were singing truth to us. Yes, Flex, every single movie we have ever watched was about us and the kingdoms within us, the unseen realms within us. We have worlds inside of us waiting to get out. Depression comes when you're not being creative. Depression, sadness, the low vibration feelings come when you're not allowing yourself to be a creator, when you're not making things tangible. It don't matter if how big or big of a deal it is or what level you're at. That don't matter. Just keep creating something. Always be creating something consciously. If you do that, it will help with the lower vibration feelings. Just pull out something to create. You might have wrote poems back when you was in school to the girl you like, and you ain't did it in a real long time. You might need to write a poem. You know what I'm saying? Just tapping into the vibration of creation, being creative, and there's healing there. There's healing there. So I love y'all. We love y'all. If y'all need us for something or just want to share something with us, express something to us, hit us up at remnantsgathering@gmail.com, and we will get back to you. We do have a Cash App under Remnants Gathering. If you want to send a donation, that's cool too. I foresee with the shifts happening, because timelines are collapsing right now. Every time on a collective level, we get these little light codes and downloads, and we share them, and we talk, and we fellowship with each other. Every time that happens, we cause the timeline to shift. We cause our reality to shift. And so parallel realities are starting to merge into our reality. And so you'll have moments where you don't know what you did Tuesday. You can't even remember what the hell you ate Wednesday. That's happening because we shift in timelines, and we're quantum traveling through consciousness, through all these different dimensions as we are evolving as a people, as a collective. And so I foresee as this is happening, there's a lot of growth going to take place. But again, there are a lot of decisions that are going to have to be made. So it might be some decisions you've been trying not to make, and it may be time for you to go ahead and start strategizing how you're going to make those decisions and deal with that. That's what I foresee happening. And I need you to know and understand that when you have deja vu, always ask yourself, why am I having deja vu? Because see, that's a symptom of ascension as well. And so you ask yourself, okay, what's up? Well, I feel like I already did this. The next question is, what happened right after this? The last time I had this deja vu, I was driving in the car. I was driving past the blue house just like I am now. What happened right after this? And you may get a feeling come over you that something bad happened. So in that moment, rewrite your script. Say nothing is bad is going to happen. This is not the other timeline that I was on. Thank you, universe, for giving me a glimpse of the matrix and letting me see the program that something bad was going to happen after this, so I can rewrite it. Nothing bad is going to happen, and everything's going to be okay, and I'm going to make it to my destination safely. When you have deja vu, do that. Sometimes you'll have deja vu and ask yourself, what happened right after this moment? And then to feel like a good feeling will come over. You're like, man, something good, a breakthrough must have came after this. And just get into the vibration and be like, man, I'm so thankful for the breakthrough. I don't know what it is, but I'm thankful. That's how you handle deja vu. Now that we are shifting into 4D, 5D, and higher dimensions of consciousness, that is the way that you handle deja vu. And by doing that, you are able to rewrite the script of your life. So some of the terrible things maybe that could have happened in a parallel reality, because time is not linear. We just experience it in a linear way, but know that you're able to shift your timeline. You're able to shift what's happening in your life. And so when you get those glimpses of this already happened, think about the movie Matrix. That is an opportunity for you to do things different. That is an opportunity for you to make things happen the way you want it to happen. Okay? So, yeah, I think that's it. I don't feel like there's anything else I need to say to you right now. I feel like what I've given you all may be good enough for you to go back and listen to again, and you all will get great benefit out of that. So I'm going to stop it here because I'm practicing discipline. I come from a codependent background. So I'm trying to heal and practice discipline, y'all. So, yeah. So just hit us up if y'all need anything. We're with y'all. We love y'all. Y'all see my house is live. I don't know what's going on upstairs right now, but yeah. But I'm just in the ebb and flow, so it's cool. It's okay. I'm not even worried about trying to make a perfect video. You know what I'm saying? I respect Infinite Waters diving deep because his videos be so perfect. It be so quiet. You hear nature, and I'm like, man, it would be nice to be in that place, but maybe people need to hear family life happening in the background. I don't know. All right, y'all. Peace, 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 peace. We love you. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to some stuff. We got some big stuff coming. So just stay with us. Keep